Hey guys, fucking Dave here. I figured I'd do a quickie with Dave video on some recently purchased things. The wife and I went and saw her dad for Father's Day and his birthday. They're right around the same time. So we went to Dayton to go see him. Got some Cane's chicken, Raising Cane's chicken, the best goddamn chicken in the world. This episode not brought to you by Raising Cane's chicken as much as I wish it was. Anyway, anytime we're down in the Dayton area, we have to go to Kettering. We have to go to our favorite shop at GameSwap. They always have horror figures, tapes, other stuff there. So we always find a bundle of goodies. So I have a stack of stuff. I have a couple other things I've gotten in the mail or in other places, so I'll go over those too. The first thing, of course, will be Della Morte, David Mallet, also known as Cemetery Man on Blu-ray. The only Blu-ray I've been able to find from Shameless. I haven't bought anything from them. I got this directly from their website, so hopefully it's good. I've heard it's good quality. I love the yellow case. I think that should be better fit for Jolly, but yeah, I still think it looks pretty good. It has a reversible artwork that I can't show on YouTube because it's naughty stuff, but really excited to finally own that on something besides VHS. Which also, speaking of Cemetery Man, it was based on a British, I believe, comic book called Dylan Dog. It really has nothing to do with the comic book, but it's still loosely based on it. And eventually they made Dylan Dog Dead of Night with Brandon Routh, which is a more direct adaptation of the comic book, even though it's still kind of loosely based. And this one's PG-13 and just really cut and dry, generic. It's not bad, but I just wanted to see it so I could compare these two. This one is, I can't say much about. You just need to watch Cemetery Man if you haven't seen it. It is, you want to say it's a zombie movie, but it's so much more. There's comedy, there's like shit in it that just really makes you think, and then boobs. I mean, so that's always good, but also at GameSwap, the wife found Deathgasm, which she wanted. We have it on DVD. She wanted it on Blu-ray. Thought this was kind of weird, kind of a weird cover, because there's nothing on the back or anything. Turns out it was an extra from, was it Horror Block? Yeah, Horror Block, which is like a Loot Crate type thing, I guess. So this was an exclusive from that, and they had it there at the shop cheaper than it is to buy it online by itself, so that was a decent pickup. Love Deathgasm. Great. If you love black and death metal, and you love horror comedies, this actually gets the horror and the comedy mixture just right. Very gory, very bloody, hilarious, great music. They had some tapes at GameSwap. Originally, we went there because on Facebook they posted they got a Gates of Hell VHS, which I thought I had already, but apparently I don't. And I knew it wasn't going to be there, so we get all the way there, and of course it's gone already. That was gone, I think they said they sold it within a day, or by the next day it was gone, which I'm not surprised. So I just found a couple cheap VHSs for a couple bucks, just ones that I didn't have yet. I have a couple different versions of Hellraiser 1 and 2, but this is a nice little set. Comes with both of them on there, and it was $1. So I figured, why not? So, it's a little beat up, as you can see on there, but like I said, for $1, can't complain. Also, Hellraiser 3. I think I have 1, 2, and then I have one of 4, maybe some of the other ones. But apparently I didn't have a VHS of 3 at all, which I really thought was surprising. So, there's that. And it says it's the unrated version, but I can't remember if this VHS, like, it really was uncut or not. Because I know there's several versions of the DVD that says it's uncut, and definitely not at all. Then lastly, well, not lastly, second to lastly, Friday the 13th Part 2. I have 1, 4, 5, 6, most of them, but for some reason I was missing 2. So I just went ahead and picked that up. Like I said, just a couple filler-in tapes that I needed. So nothing big, nothing amazing. Kind of like Candyman 3. It's dog shit, but I have Candyman 1 on VHS, so now I have this, and I just have to get the second one. I just have to own it. I have to complete the trilogy. I'm a completist. I can't help it. And the rest are going to be action figures. Well, first of all, I'll get this out of the way. We went to Target. Sorry, I'm stupid. I went to Target hoping that they had that Halloween 3-pack with the 3 kids in the Halloween costumes, and I knew it wasn't going to be there, but we went anyway. The only good thing we found was this nun. I don't really care for these Toonie Terror things, but this one actually doesn't look too bad. And plus, there's not too much nun stuff. We have the main NECA action figure, so it's might as well add this to it as well. There is an Ash one from that same line that came with that I need to get. Unfortunately, they didn't have that, but when we were done at Mavericks, or done at GameSwap, we went next door to Mavericks, which is a comic book shop that also has action figures and stuff. And I've seen this Ash vs. Evil Dead figure a lot, and I just finally said, fuck it. Might as well. I already have the Henrietta and several other Evil Dead action figures, and I'll show all those off eventually when I show off my Evil Dead collection, but for now, really happy to get that. Alright, and these last ones are going to be all from GameSwap, and they're all Movie Maniacs figures.
No.
No?
The Hellraiser one isn't.
The Hellraiser one isn't?
No.
Who's that bitch think she is talking to me like that? I probably would have got to it once I looked at it.
My bad.
Now you're just ruining the whole video and everybody sees how unhappy we are.
Sorry.
Okay, I'll do this one first. This is from Real Toys, also by NECA. So, it says Hellraiser Series 1, and it's a pinhead. But it's weird because on the back and everything, it just shows a lot of stuff from like part 4, so that's kind of weird. But yeah, here's a pinhead, or Hell Priest as he's known, if you're a pretentious dick like me. But yeah, it's a pretty good looking figure. All of these were like $20-30, which is kind of pricey if you think about it, but these are really, and the Movie Maniacs especially, really hard to find. And when you do find them, they're usually super expensive, so. But, yeah. That one's not too bad. But you see, that's why I was getting confused, is because it shows all those Cenobites on the bottom, as opposed to the ones from, like, the first movie or two. So that's why I was kind of confused, but whatever. It's a pinhead action figure. That's all that matters. Now on to the Movie Maniacs. And when I talk about Movie Maniacs, I talk about my favorite color, which is Movie Maniacs Yellow. You'll get that by looking at this. Most people that collected these weren't smokers, but then they realized years later that the packaging, the plastic, just turned yellow. I don't know if it's the kind of plastic they used or what the deal is, but it just looks like, doesn't smell like smoke or anything, but it just looks like it was in a room full of smokers for 20 years. But yeah. Halloween Michael Myers. It says Halloween. The first one has the poster behind the figure. But really, honestly, I think that figure looks more like Michael Myers from Halloween 2. I don't know why. Maybe because you can see his eyes if you get real close, which I don't know if you can see on here, but yeah. Either way, it's a good looking figure. Here's the back of it, promoting all these other ones that they had, blah, blah, blah. So, Movie Maniacs figures, always happy to find those. They had posted they had a Freddy one that was sold out that was gone by the time we got there. They had a Jason. It said it was from Jason Goes to Hell. It looked more like Jason from Part 7, but it just looked really bad. But it was also one of the first ones they ever made, so I can forgive it, and they got a lot better as they went. Kind of like also with this. Yeah, I bought Candyman 3 on VHS. Well, here's a Candyman 3 action figure. Very hard to find Candyman action figures or any Candyman merchandise, period. They had a Mego type figure come out not too long ago. I didn't really like it. It's just a doll with like the real fur coat, and which that is one downside, is this is Candyman 3, so he doesn't have the big pimp coat from the first movie, which is fantastic, but still really great quality. I think it looks, the likeness to Tony Todd is really good. I love the pose that he has there. This looks like, I don't know what's going on with that face. It doesn't do that justice, that's for sure. So it's unfortunate that it's Candyman 3, because Candyman 3 is garbage. That's why I bought an action figure in a VHS, because I'm real smart. But, yeah, I really liked this one. I was happy to see this. And here it's promoting other ones like the Blair Witch. Yeah, you remember in the Blair Witch when the Blair Witch showed up and it looked like that? Not when the Blair Witch never was on screen at all and might have not been real the whole time. Well, there's that they made for some fuck-ass reason. I don't know why, but... yeah, so we got 2 more Movie Maniacs. We also have a Leatherface. Do we have any more?
Norris from The Thing.
Norris from The Thing. We have that one. Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah. We have a lot of other figures I'll show sometime. They're mostly hers, because like I said before, I collect the movies, she likes to collect the figures and stuff. I love figures too, but, you know, I gotta buy 20 million copies of fucking Evil Dead 1, 2, and Army of Darkness, so I only got so much time and money. And priorities, you know, so. Yeah, so we have quite a few Movie Maniacs. I didn't think I'd ever own any just because they're hard to find or they're in terrible yellowing condition, but anyway, I just figured I'd show you guys stuff that we've recently bought. Just have a nice little quickie. And yeah, as you can see this tote here, I'm going to be filming some Take 5 next, so stay tuned for that. It's going to take about 12 weeks to upload all these videos. I got a new phone. The quality's better. Hopefully you can tell. But goddamn, the file sizes are huge and it is taking so long to upload. So stick with me. The air, by the way, is fixed. So I might sweat a little bit here or there, but I am going to be making more videos because it's not going to literally kill me to do them. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.